Welcome to the Exodus Companies podcast. My name is Jared. I am the CEO and founder of the Exodus Companies. This is a movement from culture to build community. I recently sat down with my friend, Dr. Kevin Turner, to discuss his business and functional medicine practice. We discussed many topics on that podcast episode, and I honestly walked away with a new sense of hope for our nation because of practices like his. His business is committed to offering his patients with a level of care I have personally never experienced prior to finding Restorative Wellness Center. As a side note, I have been a patient here for over a year, and my family and children are seen at Dr. Kevin's practice as well. And nearly every member of my company's team here at the Exodus Companies also sees the doctors at Restorative Wellness Center. This is a cash-based functional medicine practice, which means insurance companies will almost never cover their services, yet their business is thriving and growing. Patients continue to pay for an extremely high level of quality and service, and there are many other practices that are popping up over the country just like Restorative. There is an exodus in the healthcare system of our nation, just like we are seeing a cultural exodus. I would encourage all of you to listen to that episode of Speaking to Culture, and I also hope that it is the catalyst that kicks off your own personal healthcare story. I hope that we can be a small part of the radical shift in your life that ultimately changes the entire trajectory of your life forever. And health is such an important aspect of our lives, yet we ignore our needs. And guys, I'm included in that statement as well. Most people will not argue how sick we are in the US. Most people will not argue that there is a brokenness inside of our healthcare system. We treat symptoms and we fall into the trap of following protocol and procedure rather than tailoring treatments and preventative care to each individual. We inject unknown substances with shoddy quality control into our bodies. We mask pain at every single chance. We suppress our body's own ability to fight diseases in order to feel good. Doctors refuse to view the individual and instead obsess on the protocol. Their decisions are based off of averages and rarely account for the individual. The healthcare system pushes us through as if we are simply a number on a line chart because that's exactly what we are to them. We are charged more and the quality that we receive in the health world is less. We are our own beings, beautifully and individually different than every other person on the planet, but the very fabric of who we are and who we can become is under attack within the United States. Our waters are poisoned, our food is chemically modified, the clothing we wear, the air we breathe, and the technology that we worship all plays into the destruction of our well-being. So why am I optimistic? Well, I'm optimistic because I have seen a change within myself and a shift in our nation. I see people more and more desiring to live a healthier life and to make better decisions for ourselves and our futures. If there's one good thing that came from the COVID era, it is the fact that people are refusing to consume the propaganda. They hear the pharmaceutical ads, they turn them off. Have you questioned why you hear Pfizer ads 4 times on your drive to work? Have you questioned why the news you consume is riddled with prescription drug advertisements? If the medical industry was truly our savior, they wouldn't even need to spend billions convincing us to become addicted to their drugs. I'm thankful that people like Dr. Kevin exist. I'm thankful that our nation is waking up, and I'm thankful that it has become more mainstream to truly care about what we put into our bodies. To be the best version of who we know we can become, our culture and nation must experience a revitalization of our health, both mentally and physically. I know some of you are skeptical. Some of you have been raised to doubt health and wellness in general. Some of you see snake oil and think that there is too much emphasis on being healthier. The reality is we've been so lied to. Human anatomy and functional health aren't some radically new science. In fact, we have strayed from a historic understanding of what our bodies need, and we forget that we were created with beautiful systems inside of each of us. We forget how simple it is to eat well, to be well. I was a skeptic early in my adulthood as well. I thought that the health and wellness crowd were hippies seeking attention. I fell into the trap that I could do as I pleased without repercussions. I viewed these people as radicals. And oh, the irony of that turn. I happily accept the label of radical today. Part of the distaste that we all have is the sleazy influencers pushing lies to promote profit of their brands, the trainers selling courses that require no work, the magic pill companies that promise to make you healthy if you just sign up for their subscription, the doctors who relentlessly prescribe antibiotics, ignorantly ignoring the side effects that this creates later on in life. We have learned to distrust the promotion of health and well-being, and the largest media entities have suppressed the truth and promoted products and medicines that kill us. I say the words medicine loosely. One think no further than 2020 and 2021, where a rushed vaccine was released and forced upon the general public. No public official promoted a healthy lifestyle. I saw not one person step up in the government and say, basic steps to remain healthy. Nobody promoted a clean diet. Nobody promoted fitness. In fact, they closed the gyms and arrested the owners. Nobody promoted mental health and relationships. And in fact, they stripped us of all of that. They made the populace believe that the very thing that would keep them healthy would kill them. But the public is slowly waking up, and people all around our nation are seeking to better understand their health and their well-being. In order for us to live a fulfilling life, we need to be intentional about our health. Our well-being is an investment, and it is a rebellion against the systems that we see in place today. Becoming healthy removes you from the chains of public programs. It removes funding from insurance companies. It removes incentive for bad doctors prescribing addictive and dangerous treatments. Being healthy is one of the ultimate rebellions. Growing your food, sourcing cleaner ingredients, ridding your life of as many toxic substances as possible is freeing. I'm not suggesting that we go on a rampage and go back to the Stone Age and reject everything that is modern. And I plan to dive into this topic more and more in depth going forward. What I'm simply suggesting is at this moment, our culture is waking up, and it is an important time to begin making small changes in each of our lives. Our culture is ready to learn about how simple it is to start cleaning up our lives. I am suggesting that a few small steps now can create a better experience for you in your future. Be more active, eat cleaner, analyze what you put into and onto your body. Think about the air that you are breathing. Pay attention to external factors that affect your life. Listen to your body and the story that it is telling you. Commit to small changes for the better that can ultimately result in radical shifts throughout your entire life. As the saying goes, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. But our culture says a pound of treatment for the symptoms of your pain is the best you're going to get. Thank you for listening to the Exodus Companies podcast. Our mission is to create a new revival of culture through our podcast, media, and hard goods that we manufacture. We are far more than just a podcast of thoughts. We are creators of tangible goods made here in the United States. If you found value in the podcast episode, we simply ask that you pay it forward. You can do this in several different ways. You can subscribe to our podcast and leave our podcast a rating and review. You can also subscribe to our various YouTube channels. Be sure to follow us on Instagram as well. Our Instagram page is typically private, but we will be making it public for the month of March. That is a great opportunity for friends and families to check out what we are about and to see the message of cultural revival. After March, we will return the page to private to maintain the core group of the Exodus. The last way we will ask for support is by purchasing our products through our various businesses. We know that we are in economic hard times, so it is more important than ever to be putting your money wisely into businesses that are pouring back into the culture. Audit who you support and only support those who will fight for our nation, our rights, our people, and our culture. If you feel like we have done our part and you are blessed with excess, consider supporting us at our brands, JTOC'S, Arcane Co., Lantern, and of course, here at the Exodus Companies. We have a special code that will work to save you 15% off of most of our products, now available for a very limited time. Use code EXODUS15 at checkout on our sites to save on select products. That code again is EXODUS15 at checkout. We thank you for sharing this podcast and paying it forward. We thank you for doing the legwork and the hard work inside of culture and your community, and we are honored for you to be a part of this cultural exodus.